Okay, so I guess we are now on live. So before we start the official session, we will play a very short game, and that is we will give you all 30 seconds to share this live session as much as you can and to mention your friends in the comment section. As you see today, we will get to know very essential tips. So with that, I'm starting it off. Okay, so with that, we are starting the official session. So, assalamu alaikum and hello everyone, and welcome to Youth Talents Presents YD Talks 10th episode. I am Nurjana Tanika as a host, and this is Lisa as our guest host. Hey, Lisa. Okay, so today we have a very assalamu alaikum and hello everyone, and welcome to Youth Talents Presents YD Talks 10th episode. Okay, so today we have a very special guest with us who has established herself as an aspiring youth leader and being engaged in public speaking, immune, and youth-led organizations. She is successfully contributing in this arena. So we have a lot more to hear from her and her tips. So without further ado, let's welcome Kristina Soboleva, ma'am.
Hi, good evening, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
First of all, thank you so much, ma'am, for joining. It's really an honor to have you with us. So, how are you feeling today, ma'am?
I'm feeling very great. Thank you for inviting me. So I'm so excited to share with you my tips, my experience. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We are also glad to hear that. And we are also thrilled. So now getting back to the main theme of the session. So first of all, Miss Christina, we would like you to tell about yourself and your achievements as you have accomplished so many things and this is really inspiring. So ma'am, please.
Thank you. To be honest, I don't like to talk a lot about my achievements because I'm still a student of international relations. It's my second year, and then maybe I will apply for PhD. So I still thinking of it. And I'm national director of some international organizations in Russia. For example, Crushing the Berries, Global Village Connections, and many more. But it's voluntarily organizations, and we try to help as many people as we can. And also, I'm the Chief Business Development of UnivAcc platform. It's an opportunity accelerator.
Really great, man. That's crazy. You are so busy person. Like how I wish to be a busy person, but I've got too much free time. So, ma'am, with that, I'm giving the floor to Lisa. Lisa, ask a question.
All right. So thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us today. We're really happy to have you here on our show. It's really a pleasure. So my co-host Anika and I have been really looking forward to this live session. So to kick off with today's live, allow us to ask you a few questions regarding your achievements. So that be fine with you? That would
Yes.
be fine with you. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So today we wanted to talk about youth leadership. So for me, I would like to ask you, like, if you were the younger you, let's say around the age around you're still a teenager. Have you ever thought of working for the youth organization like how you're currently doing? Is that really what you used to think when you were younger?
I think that I'm still a young person, and the most important thing that you have to be young in your soul. So maybe my age is a little bit older than I would like to have, but anyway, I still this teenager in my soul. So I would like to say that maybe I haven't thought about my appointment as a youth motivational speaker at this age. I thought maybe going to Africa and living there. Yes, it's such a paradox. And originally, I'm from Russia. For those who doesn't know, and
That's
maybe I would say that I wouldn't like to change anything in my life because we should face it as our life experience. So everything that is happening around us is for the better. So I wouldn't like to change
amazing.
anything, and
Couldn't
I like
agree.
everything.
So I like to add
Oh
something
my
here, ma'am.
god.
That like I like to add something that, ma'am, in your childhood, so you are so confident now. So have you always been such confident and strong-willed, or were you a nervous and shy girl like me in your childhood? It's really something I want to know.
Thank you. Actually, I'm still, even now I'm talking to you and I feel a little bit, I can't say that it's a stress, but I feel worrying because I don't know my audience. I don't know people who are watching this live. So it's a little bit pressing, but it's okay. So I can't say that I'm still a confident person. I try to be confident, but I think it's impossible. We
I
just
also
need to
feel the
face
same.
it. And
Really.
maybe my first tip will be like we shouldn't concentrate on this problem. So we need to set ourselves for a positive way. So, for example, I can say that, wow, this life is very important because it will influence my development, I mean, self development. And for example, if we talk about school, university, because we are youth, and now the studying year began, so we can say that the exam is very important and the assessment will affect your certificate or even a scholarship. But
Yeah.
we can handle it because we learned all the materials. We are good students. We are the best. And we should remember that thousands, maybe millions of school children, students passed this exam. They did this work before me. So I can do it. If everyone can do it, why should I be an exception? So we need
Yeah.
to perceive an important event as one of the little steps, moves in our life. And we need to show our best side.
Yeah. Obviously, couldn't agree more. That's really
Yeah.
great. So
Yeah,
Lisa.
you know what? Notice to our viewers what our guest has spoke. It was really inspiring. So note to you guys, you need to stay confident and you need to believe in yourself. So
Yeah.
thank you so much, ma'am, for that speech. That was really good. I'm actually a fan of public speaking as well. Like to be meeting someone as interested in it as I am, it's really amazing. So let's go up for another question. So how do you start getting into MUN and public speaking? Like which specific age did you start? Like what influenced you to do that? We're like really curious. Like did you start that
Me
young?
too.
If you just started young, I think it'll be a good influence to our young viewers out there as well.
Exactly. Like
Okay.
I have done only one time public speaking. So after that, I'm really interested. But I want you, ma'am, to say something about it too.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe as for public speaking, I have studied during my first year of university as a bachelor student because I was the head of scientific department. So this position forced me to talk a lot, to perform in front of my team, and to create some connections between universities, different departments, etc., etc. As for it's a little bit a shame for me that I haven't started earlier. I studied just this summer, and now I have more than 10 MUNs. So it's within 3 months.
Great. Really
And
amazing.
everything, like, I would like to thank one person, Abdul Moitz, who invited me to be a part of the organizing committee. Actually, today I was hosting World Peace International Model United Nations, and thanks to this person, I started to do MUNs. I realized that it's not so um, terrifying. So it's so enjoying and amazing. So it's from let's say April that I'm doing MUNs as a
That's great, ma'am.
delegate and as well as an organizer.
That's great, ma'am. Really. So, ma'am, it's really amazing. So,
True.
You know, I was afraid, like you are, that maybe I'm not good at public speaking at all, that nobody will understand me, especially maybe I don't have such a perfect English because I'm not a native speaker. And I had these issues in my head. But after that, I realized that we need to practice. It's like
yeah,
when you practice something, you know it, and you can be a best person in it. So you just need to practice, practice, practice.
couldn't agree more. I
Yeah.
generally don't do that much practice, so some as that I realized that I should have done more. It's always happens with me.
Yeah.
And
You
this
know
you
what?
have
So,
Yeah, obviously.
the thing is, like Annika, she said that she didn't do a lot of practice in public speaking. I actually don't do a lot of practice too. Like, I just speak what came from my mind most of the time. Like, it's always unprepared. But something that what I've heard from you and your perspective, I know that it's always good to have our voice be heard amongst the audience. Like, I think me and Annika will do that better in terms of if we're using script, we're gonna end up laughing or just end up running away immediately. So good, good
Oh
for
my
you,
goodness.
and we're praising you for that. Thank you so much. You're actually having confidence because of you. Thumbs up.
Yeah, obviously,
anyone.
obviously. I get
Thank
to know a lot
you.
of. Yeah, ma'am. So,
Okay.
ma'am, okay. So, Lisa, would you like to ask question?
Yeah, so since you mentioned about public speaking in MUN, so can you tell the viewers what you're currently working on, like a specific project that you're doing right now, something that helps influence our youth here and also contributing to our society? Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah,
Yes,
please,
I can say that we are organizing a European Youth Symposium in a week. Oh, yeah, already in a week. And we have many delegates from different countries. And oh, I forgot to say you the name. It's a European Youth Symposium. But it doesn't mean that it's only for Europeans, it's for everyone. And actually, this symposium was organized with one goal. First of all, delegates will hone the skills, including public skills. Then they will try to negotiate, find a certain solution to particular problems. And we have three committees in three different languages. It's in English, Russian, and Spanish. So I think that
that's great.
when the registration was open, everyone could join. And for example, even if the person studies Russian or Spanish, he or she can practice these languages. So we don't say that, oh, you don't have C1 in Spanish. No, we are not accepting you. No, it's not like this. We are welcome to every person and invite everyone to join us.
Oh, I would like to join.
Hmm. Just write me.
Me too. Me too. Take me to
Oh,
Russia. Take me to
okay,
Russia.
Lisa, let's do it together next time.
Yeah, let's go together. Swim across the ocean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
You should visit Alaska one day.
Yeah. Annika, do you want to ask her something? I think you might have a question there.
Yeah, obviously. So, ma'am, you have worked as a speaker at World Peace Summit and SDGs Expo Pakistan and at even many more international events and conferences. So it proves that you really love speaking and excels in it. However, most of the youth, I feel like they fear to speak in front of people. Like they may have good opinions, but they remain unheard only because of their fear. So, what would be your advice to them? How they can overcome?
So I have already mentioned that you should start and you should practice more. I think that when I was a pupil at school, I liked performing, and actually, I performed with my research at the university. But my classmates didn't didn't understand me. They thought, "Oh my God, Christina, you are like a teacher's pet. We don't want to communicate with you." But I thought, come on, you like this, you like that. Why wouldn't you like to discuss it? And I felt embarrassed. It's true when I performed in front of my classmates. But after that, I realized maybe we will see with you in the future. But I should care about myself because I I know what I want in this life. So I will do all my best with my mistakes in front of you. You can laugh, but it's my life, and I have to do what I want. So please listen to me, and I will practice my skills. It was like this. So
That's great.
don't feel embarrassed. Just do what you want because you need to follow your desires, and it's one of the problems of our society that we always think what others think of us, but we need to take into account our desires, our wishes, because it's our life.
Exactly, ma'am. Really, like
Yeah.
what happens with me whenever I'm try to speak. So I feel like that people won't like my postures. People don't want me to say something. So why should I disturb them? And then I just, oh, people don't like it. It happens every time with me. I hate
No,
speaking.
just, just don't
Yeah.
think about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Try.
never gonna give up.
I can say that you can imagine, for example, if you are performing in front of a group of people, you can imagine that you are talking with yourself or you are in front of the mirror. So just forget about these people and try to do all your best.
Okay, I will try next time. Inshallah.
Remember that one day a lot of people appreciate what you are doing. It's just a
Exactly.
step in our life that we need to overcome. I
Oh
think
Yeah.
my
that it
God.
happens in the life of every person. We need to accept this.
Yeah. Um,
Well,
oh my God. And I think me and Annika, we can relate to this. Like, we grew up, our opinions doesn't matter. I think most people said that, my God, just because you're too young, you're just never good enough, or
exactly,
you can never
exactly.
understand the struggle of the society that we're living in. But the truth is, upon hearing what you said, it's actually really related to us because we were told that we were too immature to
Exactly.
understand anything. Like, come on, we know what we're doing at least. Sometimes like a world full
Yeah.
of judgments is really horrible, but thank you so much for deciding to come here. Like me and Anika, we feel so comfortable with this session. We feel happy to be able to share our passion as well as yours. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the tips, and I guess
Oh my
the
pleasure.
viewers also get the things that you should speak. I'm talking about the viewers. I think you have got the point. Like I have got, like I have to speak whatever people want or not. This is my desire, and I know that something is great ahead of us. So thank you so much, ma'am. Okay, so Lisa, with that.
Okay, thank you so much for you that was a really strong message. So note our viewers, I think all you should stand up for yourself, fight for your own opinions, be like Christina, okay? Be like her.
Yeah,
Be
makes
like
sense.
her. Be like her. Okay. So I kept wondering about these experiences of yours. Can you tell me which one was the most memorable one? Like something that you'll never forget your whole entire life that gets you into what you're doing right now?
That
Yes,
The most,
maybe it's my
yeah.
trip to Egypt 2019 for World Youth Forum. So I
Oh,
was so happy that I was selected and invited to Egypt to participate as an ambassador of my country. And to be honest, I didn't expect because I didn't do any MUNs, I didn't do public speaking during the time. I mean, a lot. And I just wrote my motivation. I had some educational achievements, some articles, some volunteering activities, but I didn't think that they would select me. And voila, I went to
That's
Egypt and met
marvelous.
a lot of people, and now they are my friends, my brothers and sisters. And actually, it helped me to break a lot of stereotypes about different cultures.
Yeah,
So
that's really
it's
wonderful, ma'am.
unbelievable. Yes.
that's so cool. Oh my god. You know, Annika, like if me and you we were to write this application, we should just say something like we talk with Christina. So please just take us there.
Yeah, yeah, obviously, obviously, we will do that.
Like
It'll be great.
we're talking with her. Just pick us there. We're gonna be the representative of our country.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Christina. Do you mind asking did you? I know you didn't expect it, but did you really have a specific goal when you write the application? I've seen the application before. It was like it was so tough for me to fill it in, but I didn't get selected. Can you give me a bit tips on that?
Oh, I've never tried before even.
You should try. You should try. It's a hard application.
Okay, I will try. And if I get any problem, then there is Miss Christina for me to help.
Actually, um, I even don't know how to comment it because when I see some difficult applications, I think, oh, it's like a challenge for me. Let's try to do it. Because I understand that there are some people who are a little bit lazy and they wouldn't like to fill this difficult application form. So I'm not so lazy. So let's try and fill this form and apply. So it works in many directions. And from my childhood, I haven't searched for easy fields. So I always try to challenge myself. And these applications, they are like a challenge for me as well.
That's
Because
great.
when I write, let's say, the motivational letter, I always think about the requirements that this organization um, this institute requires. So it's always work that we need to do. And again, it's about experience. You should try.
Definitely.
I'm feeling motivated. I will try definitely. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
ma'am. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
joining. I couldn't even get
Yeah.
to know
Thank you
you this
so
stuff
much.
if you hadn't joined. So, ma'am, like I like to ask you a question, and that is like, you have if you have observed, you will say that most of the youth, especially in our subcontinent, they are reluctant to engage in extracurricular activities. They feel that academics is the only thing that they need to concentrate on, and sometimes our parents don't even allow. But I feel like that extracurricular helped me to learn the essential skills of life. So, what is your message to those and their parents? Need a balance.
To parents, right?
Yeah, yeah, obviously.
Okay, so maybe I wouldn't pose this question in such a manner, but I would maybe say that the concept of balance is different for everyone. And for me, I distinguish between four categories of people. So there are workaholics. So, for example, if your child is a workaholic, you see that happiness and balance for this child lies in work. So they can work on the work for 24 hours, 7. So, and outside it looks like work, 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 and work again.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
in most
exactly.
cases, yes, and in most cases, apart from this activity, people are not interested in anything else. So they do not have hobbies, and I'm not talking about the personal life at all. So they concentrate only on the job or studies if we are talking about students. Then there is such a category of people for me, like family people. So these people are so passionate about the families, about family responsibilities, so they do not notice anything else. And as a rule, they do not think about the work, about the studies. They understand that they have to do it, they do it, and that's all. And maybe the third category, it's the worst cases for me. It's like squirrel in the wheel, because these people try to combine work and personal life, and they try to be everywhere, and they try to do everything. And most often, they pretend that they are happy, and as a rule, they have chronic fatigue and dissatisfaction with life. And the
Exactly.
fourth category that I can say that it's people who manage to find balance between work and life, and they have not understood that they want what they want from this life, and they have found the very balance. So they perfectly combine work, family, and they do not forget about self-development, what is the most important nowadays. And in
Exactly.
their life, everything works harmoniously like a clock. And from my personal experience, I can say that I have passed through all these four stages and have now stopped at the fourth option when I know how to combine my personal and work life. So I feel comfortable. I have time for everything and just enjoy the life. But here we should take into account that if we talk about people who are workaholics or family men, people, we should remember that they found the comfort zone and they are not going to change anything. So the worst category is like squirrels in the wheel. So you just need to try to escape from this. But as for
Mhm.
the other third categories, I think everything is clear here, at
Yeah,
least.
exactly. Exactly. We need a balance, you see, to
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
the that is really needed because most of the time what happens, especially I see that somebody they're really like all the time doing one thing and not actually giving attention to the soft skills and other skill development activities. So it shouldn't be done like this. Thank you so much, ma'am Christina, saying that.
You know, here we should like you heard about time management, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so there is such a rule that we have to prioritize, and here we can use so-called Eisenhower matrix. So we have four different categories. Like let's imagine a square, and it has four squares inside a big square. And for example, if we look at the upper left square, we can see that it will be first category. So it's important to carry out tasks, and these tasks are important and urgent. So we have to do them right away and today, because if we put them in a distant box, there will be problems, so it's not so good.
I
And then if
agree.
we look at the upper right corner of this square, we see that there are urgent but not important problems, issues. So they can be thought over. Then there is the third category. It's like lower left, left lower, and these issues are not urgent, but they are important. So you can delegate these issues, these problems to your employees or to your colleagues, to your partners, classmates. And there is like the fourth category. It's upper, low, um, up, oh, sorry, um, it's lower right corner. And these issues are not urgent at all, and they are not important. Actually, should be focused on your free time. And if possible, you just need to get rid of them from the daily work list. So this is called like Eisenhower matrix. Some
That's
maybe
great.
maybe it's
It's
difficult to
no, it,
understand, but
no,
try
it was
to
really
visualize.
amazing,
It's
super
fun. It's
effective.
fun.
I feel it.
Yeah, yeah.
So exactly.
That's good.
Thank you again. So now we can take a question from the comment section. Actually, we are having lots of comments, so I'll
Yeah,
take one
yeah.
question.
Let's take one.
Okay.
Anika, okay, okay. Yeah, we got one here.
So he'd say that you can see in some countries, especially in subcontinents, education goes on with only study, and many have put that in their head. What is your opinion to involve them in extracurricular activities, changing the minimum, changing the
Mhm.
mindset?
Okay, thank you for the question. It's like a thought-provoking question, and maybe I would like I would add some extracurricular activities that encourage you to perform better. For example, people are concentrated. These students, I mean, are concentrated on the studies, and they do not understand about, for example, sustainable development goals. So you just need to combine, first of all, extracurricular activities with your studies. For example, when you have a class that is connected with nature, actually, I don't know how it is called in different countries, but for example, in Russia, we have such a course that combines biology, geography, physics, chemistry. So I would recommend you go out of the school and let's start with planting the trees. And while um, of planting these trees and different flowers, you can describe educational process. For example, this is a part of the flower and it is responsible for this, for that. So maybe we need to try to combine, and after that, people will understand that it's important, it's interesting. So we need to encourage our small younger brother and sisters to participate
Yeah,
and, let's say, plant these trees. So I
obviously.
think that a lot is concentrated on a lot depends on the teacher. For example, there are some teachers, I wouldn't like to say that it's a rule, but there are some teachers and they are workaholics. Ah, no, sorry. They are family people. And they do just the job, explain the material, and go home. But there are really like teachers who are passionate about these subjects, and I suppose that it's the role of even universities, institutions, to provide such teachers to motivate them to motivate these students. So I think that everything begins in our inner world mindset. So let's start with us and then motivate other people.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And really important. So
I
Yeah,
with
hope I answered this question.
yeah,
yeah.
hope he has got the answer. So we have got another question, and that is like SK Riajul Islam. He said that how youth can prepare themselves to be a leader from the young age. Thanks. He thanks.
Thank you for this question as well. And maybe let me think a little bit.
Yeah, we also
Now
want to
there
know
is
that we are young. We
uh,
want to be a leader too.
so maybe I would like to answer this question regarding the current situation because we know that now COVID-19 is taking place around the world, and a lot of young farmers, a lot of beginners in business sphere, they have some challenges. And I have read like an article that it was Food and Agricultural Organization of United Nations, by the way. and they described some stories of young leaders, how they tackled this issue. For example, I remember the story that is told by 22 years old girl. Her name is Karen, and she's from Guatemala. So before COVID-19, she wanted to have she wanted to organize some events um, that are connected with eco business. So, for example, she would have invited some tourists to walk around the forest, to try indigenous local food, and also, as far as I remember, they wanted to sell some wood furniture. But coronavirus happened, and the question was what to do. So, and I think that she did great because they started to cook local food and sell it via the special platform that is called Mercaret platform. And now they have a lot of clients. So I think that, for example, now if you would like to be a leader, you first of all you need to read about people who are inspiring you, read the biographies, take some notes for you, some tips. Then, if we talk about business side, I would recommend to let's say like mobile pay online orders like
That's
that Karen did. Then you can create some home delivery, and you can also start to use and master your skills in social media marketing of products. And maybe I would like to recommend you to talk to leaders like privately. Maybe now it's impossible to do like face-to-face communication, but you can do it like now live, or participating in different in different MUNs or in different conferences, events. So you just need to engage yourself in these learning to acquire new skills.
that's great.
So these are
That's
tips
really
from my side.
Yeah, like
yeah.
now we are having live with you to be a future
Yeah.
leader. We are getting tips, amazing tips.
Yeah. We're getting amazing tips. All of us are going to become world presidents in a few more months.
Yeah, yeah, obviously,
Definitely.
no
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah,
Definitely.
There we
I,
Definitely.
have.
I believe in the power of words and thoughts as well. So I try to think that, oh, I can be maybe a minister, foreign minister of my country one day. So I try to do all my best to be in this position. So I believe that if you believe in it, it will happen with you. So just believe and do.
Mhm.
That's great. That's great,
That's
really, man.
that's awesome. Thank you so much, ma'am. I think we do have time for another question. Let's do a one last question before we move to the session. So oh, we have one question here. Okay. So wait, we have one here.
Look, I'm
Okay, found
giving.
it.
So
Yeah,
which
yeah,
one?
found it. Also, there, Jareen, she asked us,
My,
what is your opinion or idea making our
can I please
study process
unmute my
innovative?
camera for one
Oh
second to
my
switch
God.
on the light, please? And then I will answer your question.
Yeah. Well, viewers, please wait for her. Our special guest.
I'm
She's, oh
here.
yeah, yeah, she's back. Yeah,
Just
she's
because it
back.
was so dark, so I decided to switch on the light.
It's
That's
fine.
great. Now
Yeah,
you
that's
look more
fine.
beautiful. So, like, we have got a question.
Hmm.
Okay, so the question was like, what is your opinion or idea making our study process innovative?
Hmm. Thank you. Um, I have some ideas actually, and this year I applied for one project to be a mentor of students, and it's about innovation. So it's like extracurricular activity for people from different schools. Uh, Actually, it's in Russia, but I would recommend to create these platforms in every country because it's really amazing. So there is a special platform, and students of universities can apply as mentors. And students from schools, they will apply as participants who are going to perform these innovative projects. And there are companies, like real companies, maybe they are from oil sphere or robotics sphere, it doesn't matter actually. Uh, there there is a wide range of these projects, and these companies, they ask students with a mentor to do this project. So I think that it's not only about studies, but it's about real issues, real
Yeah,
project that these companies are going to implement. So I think that if we would like to create this innovative study process, we need to integrate such courses, or such extracurricular activities in our schedules.
yeah, exactly. And that would be more fun. And we need fun in life. That is what
Yeah,
people
that's true. Yeah,
Rounds of
you know,
applause.
round of
these are people
Like,
from different parts of Russia, and they are collaborating with each other, like via the internet. So it's like innovation as well, because you will understand as a student how to work with this particular application or how to hone your skills in social media. So a lot of advantages.
That's great. That's great. That would be fun more. I want this. Okay. So like we got another question. So before we move to the conversation, ma'am, I'd like to ask you a question. And that is, ma'am, you're doing lots of things. So did you get your parents, families, and friends support from the beginning?
Um, such a tricky question.
Actually, I
Maybe,
need to answer very badly. I need motivation in this.
actually, of course, my family always supports me. But, for example, when I was a fresh student at university, I wanted to go to some countries to travel, but I didn't have anybody who could join me. I mean, like friends, because my classmates, they were thinking that I'm like a nerd and I'm not interested in these trips or something like this. And I decided to go alone. And my
Same thing.
parents were thinking, oh my God, Christina, what are you going to do there? Maybe you will be kidnapped or something like this. You are alone, you are a girl, these stereotypes. And I
Family
was
thing.
afraid as well. But then I thought, no, it's not now. When I'm a young person, I can travel now for freely. So let's try. And I thought, I said to my parents, I'm already 18 years old. So please, I know that you are worrying about me, but you need to take into account that I need to search for friends, explore new cultures, because I have had this desire to study different languages and to meet people from various cultures from my childhood. So I think that my parents prevented me from going, but I said no, I have to go to explore the life. And still, now they have these stereotypes about different cultures, and a lot of people from different cultures have a lot of stereotypes about Russians.
Exactly.
So sometimes I just break up these stereotypes because, some people think that, oh, Russians drink so much vodka. It's not true.
Uh,
Have
of
you read
course.
statistics of different countries? So when you say this, I will come and break up this stereotype.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Stereotypes are something all the time hindering us from keeping up our work. So really, we need to
Yeah.
break this.
Yeah. So, okay. Like, I actually understand this a lot. So we grow up in different nations. So this does not apply to a lot of us. But here's the thing: like when we do these activities, we always get this one side. Okay, we'll support you, and the other side they won't support you. Like what you said earlier, your
Exactly,
family
exactly.
support you. But you know, when I started doing these activities, nobody supported me. Like they were like, Lisa, you're too young to start. But the answer is that you're never too young to do something big. Like you're never too small to make big changes. So apart from you joining today, I think that our viewers can learn that no matter how old or how young you are never just too small to make a big difference. So big thanks to you, Christina, for sharing that. It's an amazing inspiration to all our viewers. Love you tons.
Exactly. Thank you so much, man.
Mhm. Can I
Yeah, thank you
just
so
say
much.
one remark for older generation? Like you can use maybe it when you are talking with your relatives. For example, you can say, "Mom, I'm not so young." For example, look at Mozart. He created his masterpieces at the age of 5, and now I'm like of this age.
I have
Maybe I
just
would like to be the second Mozart or
that was super
Beethoven.
effective tips. Really super. I will use it.
Yeah, yeah, we get it. Like you know, it's funny because many of our parents consider us as babies forever. We understand their love
Yeah,
for us.
but
However,
definitely
like
you cannot
yeah,
go there.
like we
You
need to
never
grow
go
up
there
one
alone.
day.
Yeah, exactly.
We
And
need
Yeah,
to.
there, when we will be grown up, and that they will find like, oh, I don't have any one experience. What should I do? They don't understand
Yeah,
that.
yeah, like
yeah. But for our parents, we are going to be babies for the whole life.
yeah, forever, forever.
Yes.
Exactly.
But
Even,
like
for example, a
yeah,
person who is 60 years old, he or she will be a baby for your mother that is like 90 years old.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Sometimes it's good, when you're a child, you don't want to eat, so your parents think that you're a baby, so sometimes that they feed you still, so that time it's great, but other times it's
Yeah.
not great. You don't want.
Yeah.
true. Like
True,
yeah,
complete,
yeah, I kind of
complete.
understand the situation here. Like, we're battling whether the age limitation does really defines ourselves. But you know, apart from this, I think I'm getting more confident. I might travel to Egypt tomorrow. Who knows?
Exactly,
I might
exactly.
go there. Yeah. So thank you so much for your answer to that question. Now I would like to ask you a question. Like I've been wondering this all day. Like, did you ever experience like hiccups during your experience? Like, were there any problems? If there were, can you tell me like what was like the main cause of it and how did you solve it? Like, I think it would make a big difference in our society if you give us some tips and tricks on how to solve basic problems while working with other people from different nations.
So, my question would be before going to another country, I would recommend you to read some books about the culture. So, for example, if you do business, I mean, Russian people, they do business with people from Saudi Arabia. Let's do like this. So, we need to take into account that Russian people, they are always in a hurry. They are ready to go straight to business. But people from the Middle East, they need some time to know you, to understand your culture, your plans, so you don't need to rush with it because you can threaten your colleagues, partners. So before going to another country, so for example, there are some forbidden gestures in different cultures. So I would recommend you to look through special guides because for example, if you try to speak a foreign language, local people will understand you, will correct you, and they will be really happy that you made this effort to acquire this particular language. But if you do some cultural mistakes, like you showed a wrong gesture, they can remember it for ages. So maybe try to read more, then communicate with friends from different countries, visit, like attend let's say, speaking clubs. It's a great way to know about another culture as well, even in your own country.
Yeah, yeah, that would be great. Like, really. So, where is this stuff? Okay. So, ma'am,
Oh,
like another thing that happens is that, like, when you try to do something innovative or something to make a change, make a difference, so the things that stymie most of us from keeping it up are depression, demotivation, frustration. So, how to deal with this negative feelings? It keeps haunting us.
okay, thanks for your question. Maybe I would say that first of all, it's actually a lot about fear because um, you are you don't know what to do, what for you are living in this world, and maybe I would say that, for example, if you are a student, you just need to understand that maybe your parents say to you that, oh, you have bad marks, bad points, so it means that you are a silly person. But we should remember that we come to school and university to gain knowledge. And it's okay to make mistakes at this point. So you
That,
just need to feel free to speak to a class or group, to speak to your parents. For example, I have like personal example is my younger brother, and he doesn't like to study the subjects that he doesn't like. For example, he is fond of history and he knows, I think, everything about history. So, for example, if there is a TV series and there is a map of, like, I don't know, of ancient Greece, he can say that, oh, it's ancient Greece. Look at this. You know the history of the Roman Empire, for example. And I'm looking at him and think, I know, but not so good as you are. So can you please describe me so I understand that he knows much more that the school provides. So maybe we need to concern about our knowledge, not about marks. And we need to
exactly.
understand that it's just preparation for our future life, and we need to work out our stress management skills because we will definitely need this skill at work.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm so sorry, guys. My internet was like cut off midway, but I managed to catch the last moment. Like,
Yeah, that's
thank you
really
so
okay.
much. Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, Christina, for your message. Like, it's true. Like, when you go to school, you should enjoy education rather than be stressed over it. Like, many people were like asking me the other day, like, why do students cheat? And I gave them a really specific answer. They cheat because they felt the pressure of education. Like right now, finally, you're talking about that. I'm really relieved to tell also that it's really fine to make mistakes, but as long as you learn, as long as you're willing to change, that's all that matters. Don't use scorings or rankings to define your life in the future. That would be
Yes.
Exactly.
amazing. It's really a good thing so far.
That's great. So, ma'am, I have a question. Like, this is actually focusing on your gender. So, like, you have actually erased your voice to make a change in the world. You have led teams and you have worked with male figures. So, in this journey, have you ever felt insecure or barricaded by gender discrimination or other stereotypes prevailing in the society for girls?
Fortunately, I haven't experienced this. I mean, like in a private contact with anyone, because I think that if a person is professional, and actually it's my area of research, and I collaborate and communicate with a lot of men who are experts in these fields as well. So they try to find for human rights, for non-discrimination, non-gender violence-based um, actions. So they won't do it with me because they understand that they are fighting for it by themselves. So maybe in this regard, I'm a lucky person. But at the same time, there are some people, and they think that they can call me in Facebook every time they want, and sometimes they can send even bad pictures. But I think that it's connected not with my job, but it's connected with the mentality.
Exactly,
Um,
exactly.
I wouldn't like to offend them or say something like this, but for me, it's like harassment in the social medias, and it's another topic for discussion. So now I would like to say to these people that they need to think about the behavior.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
But in
So,
private, I haven't met anyone who would like to do something bad to me, luckily.
Mhm.
that's
So,
great.
I actually have some things to add to that. So, ma'am, I think I can finally say I found my soulmate, which is you. Like, I think that all youths have to start believing in themselves. They have to do things really young. So I was like, oh my God, this needs to be addressed. And thank you so much for bringing this up. So, you know, I've been wondering, while you were a student there, which when you start volunteering, did you start volunteering at a animal shelter, or did you just start at a school volunteer community, or like which community did you start volunteer first? Like, I want to know, like, how do you get into volunteering?
Thank you. So I started to volunteer maybe when I was 5 years old, or maybe less, because I was born in such a family when we have always been thinking of other people, trying to help them. And actually, the city where I was born is located beyond the Arctic Circle. So you can imagine that the average temperature is minus 35, minus 40 degrees in winter, and the winter lasts for 9 months per year, and we had a lot of windstorms, and we were I wouldn't say forced, but we wanted to help people because sometimes some houses, it means some families didn't have warm water, and they didn't have electricity or something like this. So we just helped them because we understood that we have to do it because they are our neighbors, they are people, they are living creatures. And in Russia, we say that my city, it's called Vorkuta, is the capital of peace because everyone is supportive, is helpful for each other. So I appreciate this a lot. So I think that it is the location where I was born that influenced me a lot.
Oh
That's
my
great.
God, thank you. Yeah, that's really great. So right now, I think it has finally going to come.
So, ma'am,
Yeah.
there is something like I want to ask you that this question we always ask our guests is that where do you want to see yourself in the next 10 years?
Oh, in the next 10 years.
Where do
Oh,
you want to see yourself?
if you asked me this question, let's say like a month ago, I would describe you a lot. But now, I don't know why, but I started to have a blurred future because I
Uh,
work in different organizations, and I understand that I would like to work in the United Nations. It's like the first prerogative, but at the same time, I'm thinking where I would like to live. Maybe it will be Asia. Nobody
that
knows, but how to combine these two options. So that's why I'm thinking of it yet.
that's lovely. That's
But,
lovely.
but for sure, I can say that I will be like a woman who is leading the youth, women, and inspires for the better. Because I have always been seeing myself as a leader, and I have always been thinking of impacting the society, the world, because it's like my favorite phrase, and I try to say it every time during different interviews, live sessions. That let's imagine that our world is like an ocean, and I'm just
Okay.
a drop, a small drop of this ocean, and the whole fate of this ocean depends on me.
Yeah, yeah, obviously that's lovely.
Okay.
Really. Okay. So I guess like we are now nearly at the end of the session. So last but not the least, ma'am. So would you like to give a feedback about youth talents? Like if it's sum up our vision, that is like we want to create a platform for the youths across the globe to show their talents, to improve their skills. And we are also hosting live shows with personalities like you to make them motivated to know about the obstacles of others life and how they deal with it. So how do you feel about our work?
I really liked it, and you showed yourself as real professionals. Despite the
Thank
fact that you are very young, you are skilled enough, and that's true. Because
you.
sometimes speakers, actually hosts, they are a little bit shy or they do not know what to ask, so they haven't prepared in advance. But while talking to you, I see that you have done research actually about me,
Yeah, we love this.
and
We
I
love to research
appreciate
about
it.
you, and I feel like I need to know more about you. That's why this life.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you can
Like you're
always
such an
write
inspiring
me.
woman.
Yeah, exactly. Wonder
I'm
Woman.
always open for
Yeah,
communication,
yeah,
for support, for help.
yeah,
So
yeah.
just write me. I'm open.
Okay. To close off today's session, I would like you to say some last words to our viewers, what you want them to remember from today's session. That'll be an awesome wrap up for today, and we'll do a conclusion together. So, ma'am, your last notes. Off you go.
Oh, thank you. So I would recommend everyone not to be afraid of your future, of your current status, because we are developing, we are living creatures, and it's okay to make mistakes. So just acknowledge it and develop your skills. Show that you are the best one. Maybe it's arrogant, but you need to think of it that you are the best and you will the country.
Hmm.
That's great.
Okay,
Like, yeah, we need
that's
to
great.
believe in
Thank
ourselves.
you so much.
Thank
So
you.
viewers
Nice.
at home, yeah. So viewers at home, that's it from today's Youth Talent Talk Show. A quick goodbye from me, Annika, and Christina. Last note to you guys:
Yeah,
stay
like,
strong, stay committed, stay motivated, and be yourself. Don't forget to fight for your dreams and stay motivated. It's a
yeah,
goodbye
exactly.
note from me. Thank you so much,
That is it.
Christina, for being here, and thank you, Annika. Love you both.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Lisa, for
Thank you,
joining us today.
Annika and
Christina,
Lisa.
ma'am, nothing to say about you. Really, really, thank you so much for joining us. It was really lovely. I hope to have you again soon another time. So,
Thank
there,
you.
thank you so much for giving
Thank
your
you so
precious
much.
time to us. So, with that, we are ending our live session. And so, before our next live, please everyone stay home, stay healthy, and take care. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
we love you both. Bye bye.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone. Good luck.
Oh, I don't want to do. Okay, but still, that's the
Okay.
end.
Yeah, let's do it.